Hello everyone, welcome back to Benefit Cosmetics. I'm Annette, I'll be your host today, and we have my co-host here, Boylan.
Hello, hi everybody, welcome back Benefits for another episode here on our Twitch channel.
And today we have a very special guest. We have Eunice Chen from
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone.
No.
Okay, there we go. Alright.
Okay, there we go. We fixed the technical difficulty.
Sorry. Anyways, yeah, so today we'll be doing a get ready with me. We'll be doing skin prep with our new items from our Pore Care skin line. We'll be doing not this one today, but we'll be doing skin preps. We'll be doing moisturizer, toner, and then a get ready with me with our core products here at Benefit. And we'll be interviewing Eunice today about Enlight and everything, and how she got into the gaming industry, her career and accomplishments. And so with that, let's go start with our new Pore Care skin line. So today I'll be starting off with my Smooth Sip moisturizer. Eunice, what will you be starting with today?
Yes, I love that. Let's do that. Or actually, I have the toner here with me.
Oh, perfect. I'm actually going to be joining you on this one with Eunice. I'll also be
Okay, let's do that. I'm so excited to try these products.
Yeah, me too. I got to try out the toner already a couple times, and I really like it because it has like HA, PHA, so it's great for like exfoliating. And I like that the fragrance isn't really strong.
Oh yeah, it's so like it's very
Cool.
lightweight fragrance, which is nice for sensitive skins especially. So while we're getting ready with our Pore Care, we'll be talking a little bit more about our new skincare line. So, we have 3 colors for our Pore Care line. So we have this teal color over here. It's for smoothing your skin. We have purple, which the purple items are for clearing your clogged pores, and then we have our yellow items. That's for visibly minimizing your pores.
Yeah. And I think something that I really like about the Titan Tone toner, I don't know, I saw Eunice do it just now. She did a little display of the foam for a second, and it's super convenient. The fact that like you don't need like the little like face cottons or anything. You could just put it right on your hands. And I think that it saves. I really care about the environment too, and I'm super conscious of like waste because you use a lot of cotton pads actually when you're doing your skincare. So something about Titan Tone is the foam consistency, it's great.
It's also really light. I love it. It basically disappears right away, but it's not drying at all.
No.
So I love it already.
Exactly.
And it doesn't smell like anything, which is amazing.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
So I'll be going in with a Smooth Sip moisturizer. Here it is over here. It's very lightweight. I have really dry skin, and like this, a little goes such a long way. So I'm not wearing any makeup today. I only have my brows done because it took like an hour to do them. That's like the whole stream. So I'll just be putting on the moisturizer for my super dry skin in this cold San Francisco weather.
Yeah, and like another thing that I really like, it's the like consistency of it. It's not sticky. It's like a gel formula.
It's like a very
so good.
light.
Yeah.
It's super light. I love it.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, so for each color that we have 2 items. So for the blue one or the teal one, we have the Smooth Sip. Then we also have another face mask. What's also really cool with like our face mask items, we have a little little brush where you can apply it very easily. It's so nice. Whenever I use like clay masks, I just use my hands and it gets so messy. But now that we have this for the face mask, like the deeper treat, it's so helpful. We have the spatula right here where you could like put it on.
Yeah.
And then we have the other sides where you can like scrub it off.
Yeah.
Which is so good.
Have you had the chance to use it yet, Eunice, or not yet?
No, but I looked at the wand and it's amazing that you can scrape it off because I can never get a mask off. So then I never use a mask because it's just too much work. Or I have to like plan it before I take a shower or something like that. It's just
schedule
a
it
lot.
into your day.
Exactly. So I'm really excited to try the wand.
Yeah, hopefully you can use it later today. when you
Yeah,
get maybe schedule in a deep retreat mask before your shower today.
Yeah,
exactly.
I really like the deep retreat mask. I used it once and it like visibly made my pores smaller, which is like super cool.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I really like about it when I have put it on my nose is it has like you can actually see the little dots afterwards
Oh
on
yeah.
your face from like it like pulling out the oils and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I really like it, and it's comfortable too. Yeah, I don't know if you've like got to try different clay masks, but a lot of the times I wouldn't be able to move my face, and if I did try to like scrunch it up,
Oh
it
yeah,
would
it would.
hurt.
Yeah, it'd be so stuck.
Yeah, so with this one, I think comfort is like a huge thing. Like you're still getting the benefits of a clay mask, but without that like super stiff sensation from it. So it's
Yeah,
really nice.
I agree. Some of the masks like get so dry and it's not comfortable using it at all. So, yeah, I'm excited to try the benefit one because that one sounds like it's flexible. Like you can still move your face and operate normally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. My skin feels very nicely moisturized. I think it's a smooth tip. I use this like night and day. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, it's super, it like absorbed into my skin right away. So
Yeah.
it's like, well, I'm like, it's like I can touch it, but it's done. Yeah,
Our next,
I love it.
we can also, I'll be asking questions about you, Eunice. So, how did you get into the gaming industry? Like, what was your like first step into it?
Oh my gosh. Well, I've been playing games my whole life, just video games from anywhere, like on the computer, like StarCraft 2 and World of Warcraft back in the day and Warcraft 3. So, those were games that I just basically grew up playing. And then as the industry grew bigger and bigger, there became more jobs and more companies that were willing to put more money into this thing called esports.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided, well, in terms of the industry, Riot Games was one of the first to put a lot of money into turning esport events into huge spectacles with huge production budgets and, doing them in sports stadiums and essentially doing these kinds of events for esports that no one has ever seen before. So I actually, at that time, had been running my own event company, not related to gaming at all. I didn't know that there were jobs in gaming I thought there were only game designers, basically, and so I actually had a computer science degree for through college, and basically that's programming, which I completely hate and I completely can't do. But I thought that was the only way I could get a job in the gaming industry. So then I realized, okay, well, now that Riot Games is building out all these different departments, especially in events, there's actually a job for me where I can run events for the gaming industry. And so I would say I was in the right place at the right time because at that time they were looking for someone who could run events for the gaming community, but that person had to both have experience running events, but also understand the gaming community. So for me, having my own event company and playing video games basically all night after my work was done,
Yeah.
it was basically the um, perfect role for me. And so that's how I actually joined into Riot Games, and that's how I got into the gaming industry, essentially.
That's so cool. That's really inspiring. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to get into the gaming industry too, but I'm like, I don't have a computer science degree. But now that I know you don't really need one, it's like
The possibilities.
yeah, the possibilities.
Yeah. And you had like 10 years of experience at Riot, correct? Like 10
Yeah,
years.
well, at Riot, I was there for 2 years. And then from there, I actually joined one of the esports teams called Cloud9.
Oh.
And yeah, so they have all kinds of different teams. They had up to 13 teams at one point. So I joined them as an executive founder or founding executive, sorry. And so I actually was one of the first people who came in and built out the different roles and departments of Cloud9. So I mainly worked on building out what our business development pipeline looked like, and working with sponsors there, and then building out what our account management and partnerships department looked like, and how we reported our sponsorship deliverables and how we worked with them. And it was a very well run sort of sales and management pipeline. And then from there, I started building out the marketing department where that basically encompassed everything from branding to content to social and PR and all kinds of fun stuff for Cloud9. So it was a lot of fun. I was there for about 5 years.
Oh wow, that's really long. So like, what was your favorite thing about working with Riot and for working with Cloud9?
Um, I mean, both are completely different
Yeah.
experiences. So at Riot, it was a really big growing company where I think when I joined, it was 500 people,
Oh.
and by the time I left 2 years later, it was over, 1,500 people.
Mhm.
So it was such a unique experience, but it was so exciting, and everyone was doing some really cool stuff along the way. And we were doing new things all the time, right? Like doing events that people had never imagined we could do,
That's
doing
amazing.
esport events in a stadium like Staples Center, which was an event that I ran in 2013. And it was just super exciting, and everyone was super pumped for the future.
That's
And same thing with Cloud9, honestly, in terms of the vibe, right? Like everyone loved working there. Everyone loved seeing Cloud9 teams win, which, we did really well at. And I would say the working environment was just different because when I joined, it was just me and the founder in terms of building out these different business units for Cloud9. And so obviously it's just such a different work experience from a larger company. But I love it. Like I just love working on being able to build things. So I'm really a builder at heart. I love
Mhm.
figuring out how to build teams and how to build business units, how to build process and pipeline. So for me, that was super exciting because it felt like we were doing something really cool, almost from the ground up,
That's cool.
and figuring out things as we went along. So it was really exciting to be able to be a part of that.
That sounds amazing. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the dream. um, what obstacles did you go through as a woman in the gaming industry, and like, how did you overcome them?
Oh my gosh, yes, definitely. That's a great question. I would say at Riot, it was interesting because I was running these multi-million dollar events as the event manager, and um, as as we all know from, I guess, Riot's history and public information, that there were not a lot of women in leadership, and
Yeah.
so sometimes it was really hard for me to actually figure out how we wanted to build this event vision and have my opinions feel heard in that sense because I was really the only person that came from an event background, and
Mhm.
everyone else was, had their own ideas about what the event could look like and what it could feel like. But it was always just an ongoing discussion of, I think figuring out how to have everyone's opinions be heard. And a lot of times it felt like I was not able to get my opinions heard as easily as, if I looked different or if I were in a leadership role or if I were a different gender. So I would say that was a big challenge for me. Um, and at Cloud9, it was also really interesting because I worked directly with the founder, whom everyone knows. Jack, he's very public on Twitter and very public as the face of Cloud9. And when I was building out the sales and business development and partnerships, it was really, um, I guess, hard for the partners to realize that I was actually the decision maker when it came to these partnerships.
As you
And so they would always go to Jack and sort of like try to go around me or confirm with him or whatever. And so Jack would have to direct them back to me, which he did a really great job of, which I'm really thankful for. But yeah, I think you just need people like that who understand what's going on and so they can help you with that process, right? That like Jack would not just go and answer them. He would actually say, no, go talk to Eunice because she's the decision maker. And yeah, so it would take longer than if he just answered them, but it would set the precedent on, hey, like this is who you're talking to, and regardless of what she looks like or what our relationship is, like this is just the process. This is her job, like this is what she's trying to work on, and so we all need to respect that. So it was really interesting for me to be part of that. It was also really cool to see that, like experience firsthand that kind of situation and know that there are people who can help me along that journey, which I didn't quite realize before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Funny. Go
sorry,
ahead.
I was gonna say we need more people like Jack in the industry. Like,
Yeah, actually, funny enough, we had interviewed a couple ladies from Wiggy last week, and they also talked about how allyship is so vital
yeah.
for us to be making movements, especially in a space that wasn't predominantly welcoming to women in the gaming industry. So I think it's amazing that Jack not only corrected in the kindest manner possible by redirecting them to you, but continuously did that without you even having to ask and doing it on his own accord. So I think that really speaks to how important allyship is.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, that's amazing. Like, definitely need more people like that. So before we get into the other questions, we're gonna start with the get ready with me.
Yes.
So my face is ready.
Yeah.
So for me, for the primer today, I'll be using the Pore primer, the original one.
Yeah, it's also my favorite one.
Oh, I love it. Yes, it's so light and it's a little like minty. Not in a bad way, like in a really great way. Like it's super fresh.
It's very like cooling on your skin, which feels so good.
Cooling, that's the better word. I said minty, which probably doesn't sound great.
Yeah, I really like the light one also. Today I'm using the OG one. I just love how right after you put it on, you can already notice a difference in your pores. Like the smoothing effect is so nice.
It feels so smooth. Like my skin feels perfect.
You gotta set the foundation so you can put on your foundation, you know?
True. Yeah, I'm using the original today because I ran out of the light.
Oh, you used up all the light already?
I did, yeah. I used it all.
That was that good.
It's really good, yeah. It feels so nice too, like when I put it under my foundation, because since it's like so smoothing, my foundation, it feels like I'm not wearing any. Which is like really nice. Like I hate like feeling my face, feel like the foundation's on there.
Like when it's too heavy.
Yeah, when it's too heavy, but this like it really helps with like making it feel like you're not wearing any, which is like so good. Totally like.
Yeah. And I'm gonna follow through with my foundation because I really need it. I've been having a lot of struggles with like acne and hyperpigmentation recently, so it's been a little frustrating. The Pore Care, has been really helping out with it.
It also gets so dry over winter. It's hard to.
Yes. Oh God, don't get me started.
Me and my allergies. Oh, so bad.
Yeah, I know with like I struggle a lot also with like dry patches, and during this type of weather it gets extra bad. So I was really happy with the smooth sip.
Definitely came at the right time. In February, my skin was not having it.
Yeah, same. And Eunice, I was looking up some stuff that you've talked about before, and I saw on Esports Insider this article like way back in like 2020, where you talk about how within Light you really wanted to create a platform that you had needed yourself when you were looking for like guidance and knowledge about esports and getting into the gaming industry. And I think it's just wonderful that you've founded something that you needed growing up and now making available to other people. I guess what we're wondering is like, along with that driving you to create it, were there other factors that played into like founding in Light?
Yeah, I think that working in different companies for me, and seeing and working in different kinds of business units. So, essentially I've done most of the jobs in esports. Um, so I could sort of see where the gaps were in terms of talent and people wanting to work in the industry and people and the people that were actually being hired.
Yeah.
I literally have friends that went from Riot to Blizzard to Twitch and then back to Riot. Like there are no other ways of people breaking into the industry unless you already have that on your resume. And so all the companies just sort of like poach from each other, because those are the people who have proven job experience, right, in those things. And so for me, I wanted to, as I hired people at Riot and Cloud9, it was on me to basically train those people. And so knowing and some of those people are some of the best people in esports right now, still working at Cloud9 and other companies. And so knowing that, working in esports is just a matter of training, right? Anyone has the capacity to learn, regardless of your gender or identity or what you look like, where you live. Like people have the capacity to learn. It's really an accessibility problem on letting people be accessible to these resources and to this kind of coaching and to what people can learn if they were given the right opportunities to, right? And so for me, it was really important for me to start in light in that I wanted to basically be more inclusive and have people get accessibility to myself and other leaders from the industry that could coach them on what the jobs are in esports and what they could do to get their foot in the door and sort of all kinds of different things like that. So with Enlight, it's been super successful, in which we really have placed a lot of people in different companies. Like we have people from Enlight that now work at HBO Min or CLG and all kinds of different orgs and companies that you don't even know, because people only think of the top esports teams, but they don't really think about like all the esports adjacent companies that have job openings, right? So yeah, so it's been super successful so far, and people really just need the first step of confidence where they know what they're talking about, what job they fit is a good fit for, and like how they can build up their resume to even get their foot in the door and have that interview set up. And then obviously practicing for the interview, but all of these skills can be learned, and it's just a matter of like making that available to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, accessibility is such a huge part, and the fact that you've curated master classes with top leaders in the industry and also are building a community, I think that's wonderful and really speaks to the mission of making these things accessible to anybody, just no matter like their background. And I think it's great. So actually, Eunice, I don't know if you know, Eunice, her team and like has worked with Benefit with over 7 tournaments at this point.
Oh wow.
About 7 tournaments, yeah. And each time her production team has done an incredible job at helping us out and curating like great tournaments that are not only fun and like help us make sure that everything is running smoothly. So thank you, Eunice, for always coming through with that.
Yeah, thanks for having me and my team. I mean, that's essentially the goal of Enlight, right? We always build out, we recruit and source an all-women production team for these women tournaments that Benefit is running, and which are amazing, by the way. It's such a great boost to the women's community in all these different games. So it's super cool. If you haven't heard about them, go check them out. It's definitely out there on their Twitter. But yeah, I have been so happy to work with Benefit on these because it really provides women an opportunity to work on the production side of things. And a lot of times when we think about women in gaming, it's always, women in front of the camera, like as a streamer, as a host, as of, I mean, I guess people talk about professional players, but that's a really hard nut to crack. But most of the industry is run behind the scenes with people behind the camera, behind the computer, doing production, doing the graphics, doing everything that you need to do to make a production successful, right? If you look at a production team, let's say for Riot or a big, AAA title,
Yeah.
in a stadium, you have, 10 professional players on stage for something like League of Legends. And you have, let's say 3 analysts or 3 hosts, like 1 host, 2 analysts, 2 casters, let's say. Um, those are the people that people know on Twitter publicly, right? But that is literally like 10 people or 15 people. Um, the production team that you don't see on camera is 100 people,
Wow.
right? You have IT, you have people who have to set up the computers, they have to make sure the computers are connected. You have the internet, you have the servers, you have all the technical side of things. You have to make sure there's backups, there's referees, there's admins, there's people making the rules, there's people running the computer and the broadcasts and OBS and all that. Like there's literally 100 people to, let's say, 3 people that you see on stage, right? And so that's the kind of thing that people don't realize when they think about jobs in esports. They're just like, oh, I want to be a host, I want to be a professional player. And that's great because if you make it, that's amazing, but only 1% of people really become that, right? Same thing with sports. Only 1% of people become the NBA player who gets paid millions of dollars. But MBA is run by people in offices, right? Who do sales and accounting and all these things. And so technically, if you're not athletic enough to be on the court, like you can still work in this industry that you love so much. So same thing with gaming, right? If you're not like, don't have the personality to be in front of the camera, that doesn't mean you can't work in the industry. And so this is the kind of information we share with people coming into the industry and learning about it, and basically saying, hey, your skills are way more way more fit for, let's say, you're super creative, you're great for graphic design or event design or whatever it is that you might be more interested in than just trying to be a streamer or trying to be a professional player.
Yeah, I've always wanted to get into gaming since I was younger, and like I never actually thought about like the behind the scenes people, like the production people and everything. I've always thought like, yeah, to get into the gaming industry, you gotta either make the games or be the gamer. Like, but like there's actually so much like in the behind the scenes, which is like super cool. Like there's like so many options and everything, which is like, really cool.
Yeah, well, I thought that too. That's why I spent so much money on a computer science degree that I don't use, but I had to make the game. But I know that it's much different now. Like there's a little bit more resources, maybe not all in one place, but that's my goal with Enlight, to have everything in one place and have people learn where they can fit in without, dropping hundreds of thousands of dollars on a college degree. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, growing up similarly, I didn't have the most intense background in gaming, but I thought the only things that I really saw were like, for example, like PewDiePie or people streaming or like posting on YouTube. That was like my very limited experience of what the gaming industry was. So coming into Benefit and getting to work with you, Eunice, and seeing your production team, I still remember my first ever tournament and getting to see and experience the production team. Like on screen, everything looked fine. Like people are enjoying themselves gaming, and then you guys in the background, like, okay, cut scene, we gotta go do this, we're gonna do this next, we gotta make sure the scoring. So I think it was so interesting seeing the relaxed players compared to the very dynamic and like such a pandemonium of events just happening behind the scenes. So I think it's incredible that you're shining light on it and like really emphasizing that to be in the gaming industry is not limited to just these two things.
Yeah, and I love that you were able to sit in because that's the kind of thing that I think people don't understand. Like you don't see that on camera. You don't see that anywhere, really. Like you
No,
don't even learn that in school, right?
no, not at
So
all.
how can anybody understand how a production or event is run? I mean, I there's no really event management like
No.
college degree or anything. Like I don't know, you just sort of have to volunteer with a club or you do it yourself and then you
Yeah.
learn. But yeah, these are the kinds of things that I think I also want to teach people that they can do, right? Like it's not I guess it seems intimidating because you don't like people don't know how to use OBS or like there's not a lot of resources out there to learn how to do production. But with working with Benefit and working on these women's production teams and having people come in and shadow, I want to give them that confidence that, look, we're just all normal people and we learned how to do production. And so can you, right? Like
Yeah.
it seems intimidating, but once you practice it or do it and see how it's done, like anybody can do it.
Exactly. I was like when I
And
did the
I think women also don't gravitate towards production because it's a very tech heavy role.
Mm.
And so a lot of men end up doing the roles, but honestly, like there's plenty of women that are super tech savvy in front of behind the computer
Yeah.
and everything. So they just don't know that they can do it.
Yeah, and I mean, you're doing that with Enlight. You're providing a platform, and I think it's such an interesting point that you made that, like, with STEM, I remember STEM or like science, math, technical jobs like that haven't always been necessarily marketed towards women. I
Mhm.
remember in college too, I took a class, computer science course, and I think there was me and one other girl in a class of like almost like 100 people. So it just really speaks to maybe the lack of not only accessibility, but the even the subconscious thought of like women are able to step into these fields.
yeah.
So the fact that Enlight really focuses on that and is trying to encourage it with having a female only production team, I think is wonderful.
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
Of course.
I mean, it was the same for me, honestly, in my computer science classes. I was usually one of two women, basically. So, totally understand that.
And I think you also have a little bit of like a technical background.
Yeah, I have a technical background, but only because I grew up like on a computer. Like I always had a computer at home, early 2000s. My dad used to like, or he still does. He used to like work from home in the early 2000s before it was like a thing. So
Oh
I
yeah.
always had a
Oh, that's
PC in
cool.
the house, and then I did gaming through like the consoles, and then I also did PC gaming. I remember being like 5 years old, like playing like Battlefield on the computer, like um yeah, I grew up with a computer, and so like here for example, we had the stream last week. I was doing production all by myself in the back.
She was, yeah, which was really cool.
My manager calls me her tech girl because I do it all. I set up this whole stream like an hour before we went live. Like I was just like
Making sure
do my
is
tech
working.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah, no, tech is fun. I like it a lot. But yeah, the thing about like the computer science degree and stuff, and like growing up like as a woman and like everyone being like, oh, it's so hard. It's such a, like a man job or whatever. I like so like I never so when I was in college, like I didn't know what to study, but I've always had like computer science kind of in the back of my mind. Like the MySpace days or like
Yes,
the Tumblr
the
days or
HTML.
HTML coding. Yeah, I was in that phase when I was younger, so I have like a background with like coding, just like learning when I was like 10 years old. um, and so like I never actually took computer science though because like I was scared. Everyone's like, oh, it's so hard. Like you're gonna be in school for 5 years, longer than normal. And but then like COVID hit and I lost my job, and then I learned coding on my own, and I was like,
Whoa, that's
I
cool.
was like, hold on, I've been missing out. Like it's actually super fun, but I didn't go into it though.
I mean, turns out in the end, you're still doing something that's technical right now in gaming.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
Yeah, no, coding's fun. Y'all should try it. It's actually when you like get the code to like work, it's like, ooh, like I did it. I did something. I created something, which is like so fun. But anyways, enough about me because this is about Eunice and Light. So I have a question. So So as being part of like the Asian American community and a woman, what did your parents think about your career at first?
Oh my goodness. I don't think my parents understood anything I did in esports. And to this day, I don't think they understand what I do. Yeah, it's really funny because yeah, I mean, I think they obviously wanted a very traditional career path for me. And my parents are immigrants, and so they, want that stability for me where, oh, if you're a doctor or a lawyer, like it's very elite, but it's also like stability, right? Financially. And for me, I just didn't have that personality. Like I like building things, I like trying things, and doing sort of different things off the beaten path. And yeah, I mean, when I told them I was working for a video game company, they thought I was building the game, but then I tell them I'm like building events around the game, but they can't quite imagine what the events look like because I don't know, if you don't see an event, how can you imagine what a video game event looks like, right? Um, I invited them to the Staples Center, which I was an event that I ran. So they were able to see that. That was really cool. Um, but yeah, I mean, even when I worked at Cloud9, it was hard for them to understand what I did at Cloud9 because then if Cloud9 wasn't running events, they were like teams, and I had to make the analogy with like sports teams, and but it was also similar types of education where it was like, okay, so the NBA players, right? People that work not on the court, but like behind the office that do all the sales and sponsorships and marketing and all that. And it's hard to imagine that if you haven't worked in an industry like that. So, I think we got close to understanding what I did, but I don't know if they truly understood what I did for a very long time.
Have they had the opportunity, other than the previous event you just talked about, have they had the chance to see you like in action, or like the way I did where I got to like hear what everything is going on?
Oh, no, because they're not really on the computer that much. Like they don't
That's fair.
really, yeah, it's hard to explain what a broadcast would do if, I guess. Yeah, it's really interesting. But I think that now my mom has been okay with me just sort of carving my own path, and she's accepted it. So, we're in a good place about it now. But yeah, it was pretty hard trying to build a career in gaming when like my own parents didn't really understand it. Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah. By the way, I have this concealer that I use all the time from Benefit, and it's so great. It's the cakeless concealer, and it's totally cakeless. I love it. So I'm going to put that on now.
Yes, the fact that you have your hands on it, I don't even have my own.
I don't have one of those.
I know Benefit hooked you up for sure.
I don't know if it's exactly the right color, but the right shade, but I just like use a tiny bit and it's perfect. Like it has so much coverage, but it's super light. I just use it like for a little bit of redness and like a few dots. Yeah, it's so great.
Spot concealer moment. Yeah, I think right now I ended up going in with, earlier I went in with Shelly, which is one of my favorite blushes. I love this like really pretty like shade. Nice. It's one of my favorite ones. And then I followed up with, of course, Hula. Always gotta follow up with Hula. So this is my favorite bronzer. It's such a gorgeous color too. And I think my favorite thing about this is that you can really like layer it. Like it can start off really natural and progress depending on what look you like. And then I'm finishing up my eyebrows with the Precisely My Brow pencil in the shade 4.5.
And then for me, I did my foundation, my powder, and then I went in with the Hula bronzer, of course, she's staple. And now I'm doing my eyeliner with their Real Extreme Precision Liner in brown for a little bit more natural look. That's what we're doing. And then I'm gonna go in with some mascara later, and that's gonna be and some blush too, of course. You need blush.
Do you guys use the tint and the blush?
Sometimes yes. I like
Huh?
using sometimes the I think it's called Go-Go, the Go-Go tint underneath, and then I follow up with the blush on top if I want something a little stronger and more dewy.
Mm,
I don't
yeah.
have the tint, so
Oh, you don't have the tints
no, I
yet?
don't have the tint. But so I just go in with the Hoola bronzer, and then I use Krista for blush. She's very pigmented, so it goes a long
Mm.
way.
Yeah. Are you gonna use the tint today, Eunice?
I'm trying to decide between the tint and the moon blush.
Oh, Moon is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love Moon. Yes.
Okay, let's try that.
She's a slightly deeper shade, but she's beautiful. Like you can also
Yeah.
layer her up. Little,
Ooh.
yeah,
We love giving them
What
a
about,
gender.
yeah.
what about this play tint? Are there different shades?
Yeah, I think the play tint is like a softer pink, and I think Moon
Oh,
is a
okay.
little bit darker.
I think they say it's like a pink lemonade, right?
Pink
Oh,
lemonade.
it's so pretty. Look at this.
Oh yeah, that's pretty. That is so pretty.
The
Yeah, I
packaging is
love
gorgeous.
it.
And
The
by the
packaging has sold me.
yeah, I know all the packaging and Benefit is so cute. Like I don't know if you got to see the Moon one. The packaging is really pretty, and I also really like the Shelly one. All the
Mm.
vibrant colors on there.
I think my favorite has to be dandelion. I like the little dandelion, so pretty.
On top of it. Also, by the way, if you're watching right now, we are doing a giveaway, so make sure to follow our channel so you can enter the giveaway. And I think, what's the giveaway for today?
We'll be giving away $50 worth of Benefit products today, so
Wow! So please make sure to follow our channel and also do Command Benefit Game Face so you can enter our $50 worth of Benefit goodies for our giveaway today.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Moomsa says, been lurking but wanted to say that y'all ladies are so beautiful inside and out, and I love her arm tattoo so much. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I hope
Your
your day is
tattoo
going
is
great.
really cool.
Everyone in the chat.
So I know you talked about how like you were going into computer science in college. So was gaming always the career that you wanted growing up, or was that more so like over time you grew to love this and you wanted to get into the gaming industry?
I actually wanted to work in gaming. I just didn't realize that I could. And so I didn't really have a clear path of like, oh, how could I even do this? I just like had this like vague dream of wanting to work in gaming, but not really knowing how I could do it.
Yeah.
Other than getting a computer science degree.
Yeah.
But I remember going to E3, which is a big gaming convention, and I went to that in high school. And I thought I was blown away by it, and I loved it. And I thought, how cool could it be if I actually could plan an event for esports, for gaming, like video games, like E3. And so I remember when I was graduating from college, I actually interned at EA. Like I looked up all these gaming companies, and Riot had just started at that time, um, hiring. Like they were still a very small and unknown company. And so I ended up not working in gaming, and just like doing my own event company, but which, eventually led me back to Riot. But um, I remember looking up the company that puts on E3, and they were like out in, I don't know, I don't forget, like I don't remember, like Minnesota or like Michigan or somewhere. But I grew up in LA, and it's just like, oh, I don't think I would want to go there or like leave New York or California because I was in New York at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was anyway, so long story short, basically I was looking at all these gaming companies or event companies I could work for, and none of them panned out. So I ended up actually going into finance and doing
Oh,
consulting,
serious?
and I hated it and was terrible at it. And so then I started my own event company, and that's how I eventually got into Riot because of that. So I honestly think I was super fortunate to have had that path, and I wasn't even thinking about working. Like I sort of gave up on working in video games at that point, and I was just running my own event company, and somehow the world gave me the opportunity to make it work, and it was just so great. And it just doesn't sound real when I say it out loud, but it's been such a great journey. And honestly, I think it just is a message for everyone where if you follow your heart, you'll eventually find what you are meant to be doing. And some of us find that later, and some of us find that earlier, and that's okay. But I think, now that I'm older and I have a family, it's something that I want to pass on where you will end up doing what you're meant to do, right? And the world will receive what you put out there. And if you eventually just follow your heart, it will work out no matter what. And so putting all this pressure on yourself of like, oh my gosh, I don't have a job in gaming yet, and I'm graduated from college and I have no job in gaming, and that was my dream, and therefore I'm a failure, right? Like a lot of people think like that, and it's very natural to think that way. But I didn't even start working in gaming until I was like 32. That was a long time ago, or not 32, 30. I don't know. I'm showing my age now, but like it's fine. I think people find their way, and your priorities also change over time. So, maybe you think you want to work in gaming, but then it's not important 5 years down the line, and you switch to something else that like is more along your newfound interest, right? Like there's just so many things in life that like I sort of like to talk about where finding a job is not the end all be all. And I think we live in a society where that is. I think it's slowly changing, right? Now people can be their own CEOs and own founders by being streamers or professional players or, all of these things. But still, there is this stigma of not having a job or your dream job or the perfect job in gaming. And that can make people feel really discouraged, which is normal to feel and natural to feel because you want it so badly. But I think from a different perspective, from my perspective, and probably from other people's perspective too, like it's okay. You'll find what you want to do as long as you are honest with yourself and you keep pushing towards the thing you want to do eventually, right? You're not a failure just because you don't get a job tomorrow in gaming or the perfect job. Sometimes you have to get a job you don't like me with finance or computer science, and then you're like, okay, now I know what I don't want to do, and I'm never doing that again. Like, the universe will push you in the right direction as long as you're like being honest with yourself. And if I weren't honest with myself, I would go back to finance instead of like trying to start my own event company. And I think you just have to be honest with yourself and also be patient with yourself, and it'll work out.
Yeah, I agree. I love that. It's really good advice. I really like that a lot.
Yeah, it's really inspiring getting to hear about your own story and how like it wasn't like a straight shoot into the gaming industry, and how like maybe taking a little steps, exploring different things, and like you said, you figured out what you don't want. Not a finance girly, and definitely not something you want to do, or computer science. So it's great that you found that. Oh, like down the line, you're like, no, gaming still continuously has stayed my passion, and it's still something that I want to do. And the fact that not only you got to step into it, but curated a space for yourself in that field, I think it's wonderful.
Oh yeah, no, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
So I think we have like time for one or two more questions before we get into the gaming aspect. So
Yeah.
My question is, are there any women in your organization that you would like to highlight?
Yeah, I mean, we have so many members that are incredible people that, if you're looking to hire, we have folks looking for work in partnerships and social media, in all kinds of different roles that we talk about, broadcast and production, obviously. So yeah, I mean, we definitely have ambitious and very talented people that I'd love to share with people that are looking to hire. So if you're looking for a job, you're welcome to join us. But yeah, I think there's all kinds of super talented women that would love to hear about what's out there.
Cool, cool. And my last question is going to be, do you have any advice right now that you would like to give anyone who wants to get into the esports industry or the gaming industry?
Yeah, I would say honestly, think about a different path, like be creative about a path to get to what you want, right? I think it's very easy to say, oh, I want this perfect job. I want to be, I don't know, this perfect job at this big company. And that's the only company I want to work for because it's elite and the top team. And it's like, yes, that's great, but they only have 20 employees. So, for you to be the 21st employee is going to be really tough.
Mhm.
And you're almost, a lot of people create that, um, what do you call it? Like, I like to call it, these like fake restrictions.
Like a
I'm trying to
glass
think of the
ceiling,
word. Hmm?
almost like a glass ceiling for themselves, sort
For
of.
themselves, yeah, or like, yeah, but like these fake requirements where it's like, oh,
Okay.
whatever, even if I have a job offer from this company that I don't like or don't think is good enough, like that's not good enough. I have to have a job offer from Riot Games or Blizzard or whatever, right? For
Mm-hmm.
it to be worth something. And so it's natural to make up these sort of requirements, but I think it's worth trying different things in life. Even if it's a company that you don't necessarily are super passionate about, but you like the work or you like the people, like try it because you might learn something and then you might learn what you want to do or what you don't want to do, right? I think the biggest advice I can give is know that your life is a journey and your career is a journey, and a journey is all about not about where you get to in the end, because if you just wanted that perfect job and get to the end, then you might as well not live your life. Like life and
Yeah.
the journey is about the journey. And so really be present and explore that, right? If you have opportunities to explore a job you might not have thought about or an area you might not have a thought about, like try it because you might like it. And if anything, it'll just tell you what you don't want to do in the future. But if you don't try, you'll never know. And so I would say my biggest advice is to try it and believe in yourself and not be so hard on yourself all the time because I'm really hard on myself. And I like to remind other people to not be hard on themselves because I try to tell myself that all the time.
Yeah, that's very good advice. I really needed that also for me personally.
Yeah, sometimes you're your worst critic.
Yeah.
So I really think it speaks to the fact that like sometimes we gotta be the ones to, stop setting up obstacles for ourselves. Like you said, those like false restrictions or these fake like, oh, if I don't have this, then I definitely didn't succeed.
Yeah.
So sometimes we can be our worst enemies in those type of
Mhm.
situations.
And we all
Yeah.
have time. We all have time, like you said earlier, like we might not like get into the career we want like at like a certain age or whatever, but like, maybe later on in life we might find out what we want to do. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do, that's for sure. Yeah, so we're gonna go on a little break while we set up our game.
Oh,
Okay.
exciting.
I am using this brow thing because it looks amazing. It's a brow precise pencil, precise brow pencil.
Oh,
Ooh,
Precise like my brow pencil.
precisely.
yeah, it's actually one of my favorite ones too. And I don't know if you see
Yeah.
the packaging. It looks like jewels at the end with the little caps.
Yeah. Look at
Super
this.
cute.
It's very cool.
Easily
Yeah.
differentiated in your
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I will be here after the break.
Alright, we'll be right back, y'all.
See you guys in just a bit. We're going to be playing Jackbox, and if you want to participate, you can join us as an audience member.
And we're back with Fibbage. And if you're in the audience, there's gonna be a code on the screen where you can join the audience and vote.
Who just really loves blank
Eunice just finished
spaces.
doing her brows with the
Look at
precisely
yourselves.
Yeah.
You're a bunch of
I was just
filthy
checking them out.
liars.
They
My kind of people.
look filled in.
Oh, and don't forget, you can still join the audience. Audience members earn points by guessing the truth and fooling the players with their lies. Let's do this.
Someone in chat said that
This is
code.
round
Okay,
one.
we got
You'll
the
get
code.
500 points for everyone you fool with your
Thanks,
lie. And you'll net a cool 1,000 for finding the truth. Give me a
Okay.
category.
First,
Choose a category. This is fun.
I think this is family friendly mode.
I hope so.
This one.
Weird science.
All right, question one. Here's something I didn't need to know. In a 2021 study, 2 scientists from the University of Edinburgh proposed a new mechanism for converting plastic waste into blank. Now, use your device to put in a lie that the other players might think is the truth. If you're stuck, that Lie For Me button will help you out, but you'll only earn half the points. Get to it.
Oh, I like that. They force you to do all caps, so you
Yes.
can't tell if someone typed it in like on a phone where the first letter is capitalized.
Yeah, just make sure not to spell anything wrong. You should be good. I also love the little sound effects. I don't know if you're able to hear them, Eunice, but they're so funny.
They are so cute.
Okay, here are your choices. Look for the truth and tap it on your device.
Oh.
Oh, these are so hard.
One of them is the correct answer, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh gosh, what is...
I feel like I guessed so wrong.
Quick.
Let's see what you picked.
Let's see what we got.
Chair.
Oh, nice, you got some points. Electricity.
That's
Two people in
me.
the audience. Oh, nice job, Eunice. I voted for that one. Oh,
what?
let's
Wow.
I
go.
assume they're already doing this with rum raisin ice cream.
So interesting.
Well, I love to know that I'm eating plastic waste.
I was
Reduce,
just going to say
recycle.
that.
What's our next category?
Oh, that's mine. Okay. Gods and monsters. That sounds fun. I really like mythology stuff, so
Try
let's see
this
what
one on for
one's like.
size. In need of unique divine intervention, you may want to pray to Cardea, the Roman goddess of blank. Okay, enter those lies.
I've never heard this name before.
Cardea.
For anyone new in the chat, we are having a giveaway, so make sure you join the giveaway. It is exclamation point.
Exclamation benefit cosmetics, and you have to make sure to follow our channel so you can participate in our giveaway where we're doing
$50 of benefit products. It's exclamation benefit game face to join.
oh I get
All right, where's the
Yeah, I
truth?
was like, oh.
backhanded compliments. The Roman goddess door hinges. Oh.
I don't know. Sure, yeah. I feel like that's a lie.
Door hinges. The Roman goddess of door hinges.
That's hilarious.
Is that your answer?
No, how did you know?
Moments of truth.
Oh, that's a good one. I was like,
cardia card.
yeah, I was like, Cardea?
No.
Thank you for the points.
She's a real-
I appreciate all of you.
Good.
that was really good.
That's really good.
Travels with it.
Oh, nice, Eunice. I just have a
I
nice
can't
good
think of
point.
anything.
Well,
Door
that's
hinges?
depressing.
No way.
When Cardea
Oh,
closes a
okay.
door, she does not open a window. And that door does not open again.
There's a Roman goddess with door hinges.
That's
Good
so
to know.
funny.
I'm gonna name myself that. Cardale.
Cardea. Be like, yeah, you're the goddess of door hinges.
They say no news is good news, but here
I
it
didn't
is
even know we
anyway.
had door hinges back then.
Yeah, wait.
Hyperbolic headlines.
Bizarre headline from the Mercury News. Blank found in old department store grabs the spotlight. Write your lies now.
I'm on top of it this time. Last week, I was losing every single round. Nobody was like believing me.
It's hard. You have to like think about.
Be quick with it.
I can't use my brain this early. Like,
Yeah.
um,
And if you're the audience, you guys are welcome to join us. The code at the top is AIAX if you want to join the
All
audience.
right, pick the truth.
Monkey mummy. Decapitated mannequin?
I like that one.
Oh gosh.
That one's a good answer. A skeleton taboo.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
We're gonna hope for the best.
Let's see.
Let's see what everybody picked.
Oh. No.
Decapitated monkey. Nice!
That would have been an interesting one.
I went for the Nokia.
Let's go.
Oh, darn.
Wait, I forgot. I went for the spider monkey. Oh my god, that's so good.
And you all missed it.
Monkey mummy? Like a mummy?
What is that? I need to look up that headline later.
Yeah.
With a monkey.
That's so funny. Nice. Spider monkey. These graphics are
I
so
know.
silly.
They're really funny.
This is round 2, which means all point values are doubled. All right,
Eunice.
choose
Oh,
a
you get to choose
category.
a category.
Ooh, let's see. Wait, my connection was not. No, it says
Can't take the
waiting.
pressure.
I think
All
if
right,
you
step
reload
aside.
it, it should be okay. I think you can like restart the screen.
Now listen up. Hey, good for them. Forest Grove, Oregon is
No,
home to the
that's
world's
waiting.
tallest
Oh,
blank.
no.
Submit your lies now.
Are you able to participate still?
Oh wait, I got it. I got
Okay,
it.
awesome.
Okay.
There we go.
But I'm submitting a lie.
Yeah, I think even if you choose a category, you still pick out a lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Okay. What's in Oregon?
Trees.
Spot the truth.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Barber pole. It's definitely barber pole.
It's definitely marble. It's so weird.
Has to be.
I mean, it is Oregon.
Okay, so that one's your answer. Okay, got it.
Eunice is like, yes, fall for it. I am the barber pole. Okay, let's see.
The world's tallest picnic table? That's pretty good too.
That was a picnic table, actually.
Let's take a look.
Ooh, 50 in the audience? Nice.
50.
Give me my points.
Oh. Oh, no, that was hers.
Oh, nice. That was a good lie.
Yeah, that was.
Don't tell me it's Sequoia.
That's my answer.
That's yours? Nice.
Let's go, audience.
Don't tell me it's actually the barber pole.
No way. Oh,
Eunice!
She was laughing.
She was doing reverse psychology on us
Yeah,
in that
no,
moment. She's like, yeah,
definitely.
it's definitely barber pole.
500 IQ.
Oh, Eunice is currently in the lead with 5,000
Wow,
points.
because of the barber pole, I'm telling you.
You're so good with that one.
Cookies VHS box.
Oh, this is the one they
Okay,
make their
show's
movie.
starting. A woman is left home alone. There is a loud banging on the front door. What's astounding is the knock is being caused by blank trying to get in. Enter your lies now.
I love that they show a whole video. That's so funny.
Yeah. Let's hope for the best.
Same.
Yeah, last time they also played like an episode of some other movie too, and that one was really fun.
There you go.
Turned out to be
Find
like
the
a
truth.
vampire or something for the answer.
A ghost child?
Oh my god, these are so funny.
Sure, yeah. let's do that.
Don't tell me it's gonna be Dracula, another vampire one.
Probably monkeys.
Right.
All right, who picked
Oh,
what?
shoot, I didn't pick one.
Oh no!
Let's go.
Is this yours?
Yeah, this is
Oh, it's so good.
I was like, how do I get to know it?
Oh,
A
I
human
voted for that
skull.
one.
Oh, is it actually?
That's so creepy.
Morbid. Oh no.
Wait, that's so random. What? That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, what? Oh,
Wow.
nice, Ant. Nice, Annette. In the lead.
Select a
Yeah.
category.
Okay, choose a category. I think I'm gonna go with hygiene.
No, please, allow me.
IG
Just
as an
spoke to me.
Instagram? Oh, hygiene.
Hygiene.
Try this
yeah.
one. Want a more natural smell? You can buy a bar of soap from former French airman Damien Desrochers, made from the byproduct of his 60,000 blank. All right, type in your lies.
Did you come up with your lie, Eunice?
I did. I didn't miss it this time.
Double checking.
Now, which one's the truth?
Oh, that's so funny.
Rocher. Ain't Damien.
See, cucumber farm. Interesting.
Soap. Okay. Ew. See, cucumber farm? That's so funny.
I'm gonna do this one.
Ferrero Rocher.
Okay,
I
what
sorta
everybody
that one. That was
pick?
funny.
Oh my god.
Did we all vote for
Wait,
snails?
Oh, it is.
Nice!
Wow, let's go. We finally got one.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Sweet.
Part of
We're
our
both in the
road
lead.
I believe in you.
Oh god, I'm just gonna lose again like last week.
It's final fibbage time.
Well,
Pay
this is the
attention
final
because this one's a
round.
two-parter and it's worth triple points. Good luck. As an odd side hustle, Happy Hound's dog cologne was released in 2022 by blank. And in 2017, 2 LA cops were recorded ignoring a robbery and instead discussing blank. Now you're gonna write one lie that sounds like it might fit in either of these two blanks. That's double the chance to fool your fellow players. And if your lie gets picked for both blanks, tell you what, I'll throw in a bonus. Make sense? I'm giving you some extra time. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it is. I think if I think about it too hard, that's where I mess up. So I'll just like go with the first thing that comes to mind. I won't look. Your screen is too obvious for me, Annette.
What do you mean?
When I looked over, I was like, saw you typing. I was like,
No, I didn't
wait.
type.
That timer's at the halfway mark, by the way.
It's counting down. And again, if you're watching, if you haven't already, if you follow our channel right now, we are doing a giveaway. Make sure to do command benefit game face in the chat so you can participate and win our $50
Okay,
worth of
these
benefit
are the
goodies.
choices. These questions have two
Pokemon Go.
different truths. So
There's
for
two
now,
answers
just
for
pay
Snoop
attention to
Dogg,
this
so
one.
definitely.
Find the truth for just this question now.
That's hilarious.
Gosh, okay. Let's go with this.
Time to deal with this one. Guess the truth for just this question now.
As a side hustle? ASPCA. That's a good one.
Chili's, I love it.
Sure.
The Queen of England.
Come on, show me what you picked.
Oh. Nice.
And you're
Three
so
letters to this
good.
one. That's worth a bonus.
You love ASPCA.
Double the deception. Wow. So I actually put Snoop Dogg, but I spelled
really
it wrong.
deceptive.
Yeah, going for the one that was correctly spelled.
I was like, wait a second.
Oh, God.
Nice.
God, really?
What?
No
they Googled
way.
that.
Was it really?
They Googled
Oh.
What?
That was my second guess.
Oh, I mean, she
What?
does
As
love
of
her
right now, there's
corgis.
only
She's
one
known
flavor
for
of the
loving
Queen's
her
dog
corgis.
cologne. But if there are more, I'm sure you'll have to catch them all.
That's so funny. Wow, Annie and Annette,
Good
you're so
job.
close with Eunice. You guys were literally off by just a couple of points.
You did so well, Anne. That's amazing.
Killed it. Audience, rank 5.
Alright, I think that was family friendly version, so now we can play that.
Oh, we're playing the scandalous version next?
Players.
Sweet. Oh, did you change it?
It's fine.
One
Okay,
more
here.
round.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and if you're a goblin here to steal my youth, you're a few years late. Look at this dream team. I think this is the year we go all the way to the finals. And if you're stuck on the sidelines, why not join the audience? The audience earns points by guessing the truth and voting on lies to trip up the players. Let's go.
Anybody in the audience wants to join, I put it in the chat.
Also, we have a giveaway running for anyone who's new in the chat.
This is round 1. You'll pick up 500 points for everybody you fool, and you'll get 1,000 for finding the truth.
1 hour, 25 minutes, so 3 minutes.
Give me a category.
The winner. You better join the giveaway.
Ooh.
Follow.
Okay. Romantic gifts.
Oh, okay.
Here's one
Let's see
for
how
you.
this one looks.
For over a decade, a Bronx institution has offered a unique Valentine's Day gift. You pay $15 and they name blank after your sweetie. Submit your lies now.
I've heard about this, but the opposite, where it's like your ex, and it says like they name a cockroach after your ex.
I need that.
But I haven't seen the. This one seems like it's a positive
Your
version.
sweetie, that's hilarious. What would a cockroach, and then do you get to kill it?
I think so. I think they end up killing the
Oh,
cockroach
no.
afterward. Okay. They name. Featuring. Oh, there it is.
Oh my god, mine
Okay,
is so
there you
bad.
go.
A cockroach.
A bathroom stall?
Is it actually a cockroach?
Probably.
No, it's after your sweetie though. Maybe that would be
Was there a girl
hilarious.
that voted for, or that did
Or
that?
maybe I just implanted this idea in you.
Ooh,
No way.
that would be really funny.
Yeah, I'm like, I thought it was for your ex, not for your current
That's what we
partner.
know.
Let's see how it shook out.
A bathroom stall.
Nice.
So audience.
Oh, no pain. Cute. Maybe in a cathedral, you know?
No.
Wow, it really
The
was.
Bronx
I thought it was.
Zoo's
I
Name a
swear, I thought
Roach
it was your ex,
program
but I
has
guess
been going
it's your
strong
current
since
person.
That's
2011.
disgusting. But I mean, I guess they live forever, right? So.
Oh, yeah, true. They do.
our love will never die, just like a cockroach.
Wait, why does it say we both did a star?
Oh, I
Okay,
don't
pick
know,
a
maybe it's just
category.
a little. Oh, okay. Ooh, crimes and criminals. I love like crime shows, like Criminal Minds
right,
or
here it
Law and
is.
Order SVU.
The
They're
perfect
some of, like, my
disguise.
favorite, like,
Two
pastime
suspects
shows.
in a 2020 gas station robbery in Louisa, Virginia, obscured their identities by covering their faces with blank. Enter your lies now.
Oh, that's so funny.
Last call for the giveaway! Exclamation benefit game face in the chat. We'll be ending it soon.
Okay, which one's true?
Ham.
So good.
What could it be?
These are also obscure.
Buckets, obviously.
Oh, that's the obvious answer. I was actually also looking at buckets.
Watermelons is so cute.
We only have 3 people in the giveaway right now. Exclamation point benefit game face to join the giveaway.
Okay,
Yeah, if
how
you're
do we
already
do?
following us, you're still able to participate. You don't have to be a new follower. So just make sure to do command benefit game face in the chat. Nice!
That was that answer was so
T-shirts,
obscure.
so great.
Oh, you almost got me with buckets.
I will
Oh.
now.
Should have picked
No
this.
way.
That's
These are real seedy people.
I need a see pictures of this because I'm like, how do you just like slam the watermelon on your head or like?
Need my
how?
500.
That's so funny.
Time to dip into the bottomless well of B movies.
Ooh, here's another little movie clip. I love how it's usually the older, like, black and white movies that they show.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And now our feature presentation.
Somebody stole Uncle Cyrus's body, and I'm going to find out who before it's too late.
But why would anyone want to steal a body?
Because of my client's will.
Oh, I see. Then somebody sold the body so that they could bury it and reverse the will. Trash. Things like that don't happen.
A body is missing, and this suspenseful farce takes a wild turn when the corpse is discovered in blank. Okay, enter those lies.
Oh, okay. Discovered in. Oh my gosh.
This one's hard.
It is. Okay. There we go. Hopefully that one gets some of y'all.
Come on now, let's get truthy.
Oh gosh. Oh, these are good. The chimney, an aquarium. Let's see how it goes.
Come on, show me what you picked.
Nice.
I was like, that's so weird. Who would say that?
I was trying to like decide. I'm like, should I make it more specific?
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
Wow,
nice.
good
Chimney.
job, Anne.
That was good.
You're so good at
At least you're in
this.
this together.
It's just my word against the evidence. Even the stars are against me. The professor said so.
Ew, is it gonna, like, zoom in on the
What's the matter? Something in your eye?
Cord.
Maybe this is not family friendly one.
Yeah, I don't think it
I don't
is.
think it is the family friendly setting. Okay, we get it there.
Getting close. Hopefully I can stick with the lead.
Get ready for round 2 where all the points are doubled.
I think we're gonna just do one last round before we
Time to pick a
log
category.
off. And Annette, you're gonna get to choose our last one.
Yay.
Let's do that one. It's weird.
Which one do you? Oh, lifestyle centers?
How about this?
Is it like
Yeah.
YMCA's
Thanks
or
to
what?
356 participants, the Aspen Grove Lifestyle Center in Colorado earned the Guinness record for the world's largest blank. Write your lies now.
Aspen? Isn't that the place with snow?
I can't answer that because I don't know. I'm gonna pick a winner.
Yeah. Did you turn in your answer?
Yeah, I did.
I haven't turned it in yet.
Oh, well, you got a countdown of 5 seconds, Eunice.
Okay. I'm
There we
not. Okay.
Okay, find the truth.
Sharing circle.
These are so cute.
The world's largest dog wedding. That's very cute.
Hmm.
I don't know what to get. I don't know. Okay.
Okay, what everybody pick?
Oh,
Nice.
audience, you got me with that
Okay.
one.
That's good.
Oh,
Sharing circle.
no.
Oh, nice one, Eunice.
That was really good.
Ah, you hate to see it.
Don't tell me.
Yo, I need to go there.
The event created 176 happy couples. Well,
Oh.
98
Oh my
happy couples.
gosh.
The rest just stayed together for the puppies.
That is adorable. That is so cute. But yeah, I think we're done playing. Who won this round? Nice job, Eunice. You won for this game too. Or no, you won the last game.
Yeah, I want
Eunice
Let's
won
check
this
in
game.
with our
Yeah,
modern day
yeah.
And I'm
heroes.
keeping my losing streak going. It's great.
It's good. You're fine.
Yeah, with that, we are going to end the stream since we've gone a little bit over
Amazing!
time.
According to the songwriter Jim Steinman, Bonnie Tyler's 1983 hit Total Eclipse of the Heart was originally entitled
Everyone
Blank.
shut it down.
There you go. All right, well, everyone, thank you for joining us on the stream. Thank you, Eunice, for joining us as well. And so we do have our giveaway winner. It's Button Mash Beauty. So Button Mash Beauty, if you're in the chat still, you are the winner. You have 24 hours to DM us on Twitch. Just DM us Benefit Cosmetics on Twitch. And that is all. Thank you everyone for joining. We'll see y'all on Thursday.
Yeah, and thank you again, Eunice, for joining us and sharing about your experiences as not only a woman, but a woman of color in the gaming industry, and also how you got to create a space where not only are you building a community, but also really having the opportunity to allow people to have access to things that they didn't before, and having these master classes. So if you guys want to check out what Eunice is up to, search up enlightgg.com, or is it? Yeah.
Yep, enlight.gg.
Enlight.gg, so that
Yes.
you guys can learn more and get to see what Eunice is up to, and also her amazing master classes.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. This was so much fun.
Yes, thank you for
course.
joining us again. Have a great rest of your day.